All right, I'm back. All right, now look. Today, I'm going to show y'all how I make a spatchcock peri peri whole chicken. So what I have right here is a 7-pound whole roaster chicken. I have pink Himalayan salt, onion powder, garlic powder, the herbs de Provence, the Sasson tropical, black pepper. I'm going to be using the Nando's Peri Peri, the hot. You can use the medium. You can use whatever variety of sauces that they have available. You can pick and choose whatever one you like. And then I also have some unsalted butter. You see that? You see that? You see that? You see that? Don't ask me for the damn ingredient list. Now, come on. All right, now before we get too far into this video, if you guys have never spatchcocked a chicken, it really is not that difficult. All you simply need to do is get yourself some good kitchen shears, and you're literally just going to be cutting along the spine of the back of the chicken. That's all you do. You literally just get yourself some scissors, you take, and you just cut on the left side, cut on the right side, and then I'll show you what it looks like before I remove it. So let me go on ahead and get this cut. Just get yourself some good kitchen shears. And you'll hear the bone breaking. Don't be alarmed. It's going to be all right. Just cut on each side, honey. And it'll start to open up. I know this might be graphic for some of y'all, but I just want y'all to understand. So like I said, I cut on the left side. I cut on the right side. And now you've literally removed this. This you can freeze, you can keep for chicken stock, you can do whatever you want with it. I'll be discarding it. And now I'm going to take this over to the sink to clean this chicken up. And that, my friends, is how quickly and how simple and easy it is to spatchcock a chicken. It's just that simple. I didn't even have to break down this middle bone here because it's already laying nice and flat, just the way I want it to be. So now I'm going to pat this down dry, and then we can come on in and we'll start to layer in the seasonings. Now, before I transfer this over to the pan that I'm actually going to be roasting this off on, I want to go on ahead and season the bottom side first. I'm going to go in with a nice dusting of onion powder all the way across the top. You guys, this is one of those type of recipes where you got to just go on ahead and season until your ancestor tells you to put it the hell down. But don't be afraid with the onion powder because there's no salt in this, and you really want to make sure that it's flavored through and through. Same thing applies with the garlic powder, except I'm a little bit more light-handed when it comes to the garlic powder. And the Sasson. This is going to add some great flavor as well as some beautiful color to this chicken. So we're just going to add that on. Make sure you're getting it all over the place. Just like that. Look at that. Already, it's absolutely beautiful. Make sure you're getting it everywhere, honey. And of course, the black peppercorn. I love to load up roasted chickens with black peppercorn. But you can add as little or as much as you would like. That's completely up to you. I'm going to press all of this in just to make sure that everything is sitting on here beautifully just the way I want it to. Just like so. Make sure that I got in all of the crevices. Make sure you're being very careful on this bottom side because you've just sliced up the bones. So you want to make sure that you're not about to cut up your damn fingers. But as you can see, this chicken is already seasoned like hell on one side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this bad boy over onto the rack that I'm going to be cooking it on. And now that I flipped it over, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the exact same thing, exact same seasonings. And now that I've gotten the seasoning on, I'm just going to go in and give it a good old rub down just to make sure that I got it in all of the crevices. You want to make sure that you're getting it under the skin. Make sure that every single piece is fully covered in this beautiful seasoning. Make sure you're working your hands under the skin, inside of the cavities. All of that stuff is all very important, honey. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up this entire tray with some cling film, and I'm going to place this in the fridge, and I'm going to allow this to marinate overnight. And then we're going to pop this in the oven tomorrow morning, but I'll tell y'all all about that tomorrow morning when I wake up. And y'all know it wouldn't have been me if I didn't go in and top it off with some parsley. So now I'm going to go on ahead and wrap this up with some cling film, place this in the fridge to allow this to marinate overnight. And when I wake up in the morning, we'll finish cooking it off. Alrighty, good morning, y'all. It is the next morning. I have my oven starting to preheat at 375. As I always say, make sure that you take your meats out of the refrigerator so that they can start to come down to room temperature. That can take anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. So I always like to do it while I'm preheating my oven. You never want to put extremely cold meat in direct heat or on direct heat. It'll just cause the meat to seize up and it'll dry out. You don't want that. This way it'll cook nice and evenly. We're going to put this in the oven at 375 and we're going to start roasting it at about for about 30 to 40 minutes. And then after that, we're going to start basting it with an Herbes de Provence salted butter combination. And I'll show you guys that momentarily. Alrighty, to make our butter mixture, I'm going to add in 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And then I'm also going to add in 1 tablespoon of the Herbes de Provence and 1/8 of a teaspoon of the pink Himalayan salt. We're going to melt all of this down. Alrighty, you guys, it has been 45 minutes and this chicken is already looking absolutely beautiful. So now I'm going to take our butter mixture and I'm simply just going to brush this butter right over the top of this entire chicken. I'm just going to baste the entire chicken. I'm probably going to do this about 2 to 3 times. So what we're doing right now is we're just starting to impart some more fat and also put in some more flavor. The Herbes de Provence is going to add in another beautiful layer of flavor. You want to make sure that you guys get yourself a meat thermometer, because what you want to do is once this chicken gets to be around the temperature of 160, which is 5 degrees below the final cook temperature, that's when we're going to finally start to then baste it with the peri peri sauce. You do not want this chicken to overcook. So once it gets to about 160, that's when we can start to baste it with that peri peri sauce so that that sauce can really stick to the chicken the way that we want it to. So now I'm going to just put this back in the oven just like this and let it continue to do its thing. Oh my God, it just smells incredible. Hey y'all, so I just wanted to give you guys a little tip as you are roasting off your chicken. Again, everyone's ovens work differently, and of course this also is going to highly depend on how big of a chicken you have. So I cannot give you an exact time for how long you should be cooking it. But this is what you should do. As you start to baste it and you start to notice that it's starting to brown and get that beautiful color, roasted color that you want, and if you can tell that it's probably going to take a little bit longer for your chicken to cook, all you simply need to do is get some aluminum foil and put a tint of aluminum foil over top of the chicken. Do not wrap it tightly because you don't want to take off all the seasoning. You're just simply going to stop it from getting any darker in color. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty, you guys, my chicken is almost done. So I'm going to go on ahead and just pour some of this peri peri sauce just right into the pan that already had the Herbes de Provence and the butter. That way I'm not making a mess, and it'll also be a lot easier for me to spread this onto the chicken. So let's check out our chicken and let's see how it's looking. Now that is a beautiful ass bird. My God, on today. So now that it's looking how I want it to look, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to start to baste it down with some of the peri peri sauce. You want to be very gentle with this. You want to make sure that you're not rubbing off all your seasoning. So I'm literally just going to go in and do a light tap and make sure that I'm covering this entire chicken. Now, again, I'm using the hot, but you guys can use whatever one you like. They have a lemon and herb. There's a medium one that you can use. I think there's one with literally little to no spice. But this is just the one that I prefer. I wanted a little bit of a kick today. So I'm going to continue to baste this down, and then I'm going to put this back in the oven and let it continue to cook. But this is what we're working with here. All right, I've got this bad boy fully coated now. I'm going to put this back in the oven, and I'm probably going to do about 2 or 3 rounds worth of basting. You guys can, do as much or as little as you would like. All right, y'all, let's check and see what our chicken looks like. It should be all done. My God. That's it. This chicken is all done. I'm going to take this out of the oven, and I'm going to let this rest for about 10 minutes before I transfer it over to the carving board. I've started to break down this chicken, so I just wanted you guys to see. Look how juicy that chicken is. Look how juicy that chicken is. Look at that. My God. I mean, my God. Just look at the wing. Look at the flavor. Look at the flavor. Look at this. Look at that. My God. Just look at the flavor. Let's go in for a taste test, chat, because I am hungry. The chicken is cooked to perfection. Here we go. Baby. When I tell you this bitch is seasoned to perfection, my God, on today. Goodbye.